So guys, today back with another video on the channel. Today we're here for the Newcastle United versus Leeds game. It is the final game of 2022. Probably is the best year I've had since supporting Newcastle. The run we're on, how positive the club is, and hopefully we can end off the year with a nice win against Leeds United, but it'll not be an easy game. First up, before I start off the video, look at this retro top that I got for Christmas. Absolutely stunning, and I thought I'd end off the year with wearing this shirt. Obviously it'll be the last preview of the year, but obviously we're going to be straight back for the Arsenal game, straight back to it. Hopefully I'm not going to be hungover from New Year's Eve, so I can get them videos up for the Arsenal game. But let's get in the video now, boys. Let's look at Leeds, let's look at Newcastle going in this game at St James's Park. So then, Leeds, they've had a funny old season. The first season in the Premier League, they were excellent. They were looking for Europa League at one point in their first season, and obviously last season just survived. And this season, it's not looked too great for Leeds. They are sitting 15th in the league, 2 points above the relegation zone, with a game in hand, but it's still a tough one. They obviously played last night when recording this against Manchester City, and Man City just cruised the game. And Lee's got a caddy goal from a corner, but they've had a lot of injury problems. Lee, obviously, Sinter's out, Bamford's out, and Dallas is out. So that some 3 big players who can do stuff for Leeds United are not in the team. When you even look at their bench from last night, it's not great. Like, they had Jack Havison on the bench. Somerville's got some really big goals this season, but we'll look at their start 11 as a whole. So Melier in goal. On his day he's brilliant, but he's got a mistake on him. That goal from John Joe Shelby last season, when when the run started against Leeds, he should have done much better with that, and that sticks to mind. And he's got a mistake on him. Even though Haaland, I think it was second goal against last night, he got a touch on it. He could have done much better. Defence, Christensen's not looked too bad this season. Koch, he wasn't great last night against City. Cooper had a poor game and obviously came off. And then I don't even want to try and pronounce his name, but he scored last night. The Dutch defender for Leeds. Sam Greenwood in the midfield. My mate has played against him and whatnot, said he's a really good player, and obviously he got the assist for Leeds' goal last night from the corner. For sure, I think he's 31 years old, should not be in the Premier League, should be in the Championship team. And Rocker, they sent from Bayern Munich, good player, but on his day, is he compatible to the Premier League? There's been times where he's shown where he hasn't, but sometimes he's really got a footing and whatnot. But when I look at the attack, that's what I'm not, unless they're going to bring Havison and Somerville in for Newcastle, which they probably will. Aronson, he's got a couple of goals there and there, but not that many. Rodrigo scored a few goals this season, and then Gianotto, the Italian player, I'm convinced that they will bring Somerville and Havison into that team. But if we look at Leeds United, Rodrigo's got 9 goals, 1 assist this season. He's been their main player going forward. But apart from that, they've not really done much. The players who have performed are the players who didn't really play. Yesterday against Man City, Somerville's got 4 goals this season. Sinter's got 2, and then Aronson with 1, Havison with 1. They need some more. They need some more goals rather than Rodrigo, because if he gets injured, Leeds look like in a tumble. They really are. Obviously, the manager. I'm thinking about the defender. Cooper, the manager. What's he called again? Oh, yeah, my mind's went blank. What's Leeds' manager called again? Oh my god, my mind's actually went blank, boys. Give us 1 second. Fucking now. Jesse March, that's it, man. Jesse March, obviously American. Haven't really seen an American in the Premier League who's done it well. Obviously kept them up last season. There's still massive questions whether he'll get the sack or be around for the rest of the season. I can see Leeds United falling off massively. I can see them making some signings and whatnot, and then they're just going to dip down, in my opinion. And then by February, March, sack him and hopefully survive. That's what I think will happen with Leeds United, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. It's a funny old one at Leeds. It has been for the last 2 seasons now, and can they stay up? That's what their objective is at the minute. Considering the first season under Bielsa looked brilliant and then dipped down so much, then they'd be picking up some points and whatnot. But against this Newcastle team, it will be tough. Let's speak about the Mags. Obviously, we were absolutely outstanding against that game against Leicester on Boxing Day. Absolutely phenomenal. It really, really was. To be 3-0 up at the King Power Stadium in 32 minutes, absolutely sublime. And going into the game, I can say us playing a very similar game against a very similar team. Pacey attackers, go for a lot, and I think Leicester just couldn't handle the Newcastle couldn't handle the pace, the passing, the power, everything about it. We were just second best at absolutely everything on that pitch. We really, really were, and obviously against Leeds, who are a lot more tougher, a lot more resilient, a lot more Brexit, you could say. I think it'll be a tougher game, but if we can play to our football, I think it'll be an even easier game against Leeds as it will be against Leicester. What I see in James Park, there's going to be a display when the players walk out. Obviously, it's hard when there's displays over there like the Chelsea game. I can't really record it because I'm like in the corner, it's Strawberry corner. I can't really get into that corner, but it's just one of them, innit? But I don't want to say too much of the team news. As you all know, pretty team out tomorrow. I don't really want to say much because I don't want to spoil the video. But can't say making many changes. Who knows? Obviously, we won't have anyone back from injury unless Wilson's gonna be okay. From his illness he's had. It'll be five days. Surely he can recover from an illness for 5 days. It's not being said. Obviously, main talking point this week in between the Leicester game and the Leeds game is John Joe Shelvey's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks with an injury, which has put a massive dig in his Newcastle United career. Will he be staying at the club? Who knows at the minute. We've been linked with midfielders, Caicedo from Brighton, obviously James Maddison and Youri Tielemans, and a couple of other names for centre midfield options. I think that's probably our position we want to improve on, to go with that Joe Linton and Bruno mix if Long's having a couple of off games, or if he's injured, or Willock's a bit knackered. It's just one of them with Shelvey, and I see something as well. He's got to start 2 games for the rest of the season to trigger a 1-year extension on his current contract, which you don't know. You don't know if he will play. If how good we are playing, and we need to be winning games to get into the top 4, the top 6, or even top of the league, which is a mad thing to say that. It's going to be an interesting one with Shelvey and the transfers coming into January, because we've got this team, this togetherness like that. It's so hard to break with. If you had one big name in that, it could either make we're even fucking stronger than we already are, or make we're worse. But that's for January to come. We'll wait and see about that. Transfer windows not open yet. Got a big game against Leeds at St James's Park. I've got to give a prediction. I've got to stay positive. We're looking so good defensively, the best defence in the league. 2-0 Newcastle, and goal scorers will be, I think, a Bruno goal, and we need Dan Burnett-Botman to get the first goal for the Toons, so let's go for one of them. I'm not bothered who. 2-0 Newcastle. Let me know your score predictions in the comment section down below. And that's the end of the preview, boys. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would mean a lot if you could do so. Anyways, boys, that says all for the predicted team tomorrow and the game on Saturday. Everyone have a good New Year's Eve. I'm gone out, so if anyone's in Shields, I'm there, so if you see us, hello. But anyways, see you in the next one, boys. Have a good one, and up the fucking Mags.